The turbo snowmobile genre is spreading in model year 22. Yamaha has multiple offerings in numerous segments, as does market leader Ski-Doo. So what does this all mean for the snowmobile business? There are a number of interesting implications for the sport with turbocharged engines offered by 3 of the 4 OEMs. One somewhat abstract observation is this. It would seem that 2-stroke power appears more or less maxed out at the 165 pony level, while only 4-stroke power with turbocharged induction will make it to the 200 horsepower level. There are pretty good reasons for this reality. It is widely accepted that the ability to control vibration in a big-bore twin-cylinder 2-stroke engine is limited to about 850 cc's. Yes, a 2-stroke triple or a counterbalanced twin would eliminate this problem. Neither of those options is particularly palatable for the OEMs. A counterbalanced twin at over 850 cc's would end up being too heavy. Same goes for triple-cylinder 2-stroke power. Along with these realities is the enormous expense to retool another 2-stroke engine when the current turbocharged 4-stroke platforms from Arctic Cat, Ski-Doo, and Yamaha can all be tweaked up to, and likely beyond, 200 horsepower. If I had to guess, in the future, 2-stroke big-bore power will have as its hallmark lightweight, while turbo power will own the max horsepower position in the market. No doubt all this sounds very speculative, and it is. However, the subject of this week's test ride will bring clarity and legitimacy to my former assumption. Yamaha has done an outstanding job of developing a turbocharged engine. The 998cc turbo utilizes 3 cylinders and a double overhead cam to produce a staggering claimed 180 horsepower and a tongue-in-cheek 200 horsepower if you read between the lines on Yamaha's product description pages. We do not doubt the big 998 is capable of 200 ponies, and that it is a lot of power under anyone's right thumb. All the hoopla about the 998's imposing power output is the stuff that riders who ante up for this kind of snowmobile recite from memory. Strangely, after one ride on this sled, there's another important trait that surfaces. The imposing civility this horsepower-laden ride possesses is remarkable. This sophisticated engine is a prime example of Yamaha's ability to build engines that impress buyers with more than just stunning acceleration and top speed. What am I saying? From the first twist of the key, the 998 sparks to life with a mellow, rich 120-degree firing, triple-cylinder exhaust melody. No burping, sneezing, or turbo wastegate blow-off explosions common to turbocharged engines. Just even, crisp throttle response that's ridiculously easy to modulate from engagement to full throttle. Why do we mention and make such a big deal about how the 998 delivers its imposing thrust? Because this sled, the L-TX LE, is an all-day ride, not simply a big lake crotch rocket. The L-TX LE demands little compromise as a big-bore crossover ride with easy-to-ply, even modulation of power when the ponies are called up. Forays into deeper snow can be navigated easily using the linear delivery of power. This same even thrust production is similarly welcome on day-long trail rides. The L-TX LE Sidewinder might just be my favorite Sidewinder, inasmuch as any Sidewinder model sold in model year 22 comes with big expectations for raw power. And we get that. I think the SRX Sidewinder makes more sense if your goal is riding at triple digits down Kevlar Lake. Trail riding prowess is impressive, and even forays into deep snow can be navigated successfully, respecting the fact that this is a 200 horsepower snowmobile. The compromises demanded by the SRX to achieve speedo needle bending top end are significant. The benefits of the L-TX LE's dual personality are also significant in the opposite direction. Having said this, you might be wondering if the L-TX Sidewinder is measurably slower than a full-on SRX. It is not. The speed acceleration penalty comes north of the C-note when the lowered SRX with its low-lug 1-inch camo shredder comes into play. So how good is the L-TX LE as a trail sled? Our impressions after honing trails with the Sidewinder L-TX LE are good. In fact, you could even say the handling and suspension are remarkable. The SR137 version of the sliding front arm rear skid has always been the best riding setup in Yamaha's fleet. The LTX LE is no exception. The sliding front arm setup works to slow down or delay suspension coupling by keeping the rear swing arm drop link off the coupler blocks in small trail chatter and lower amplitude chop. When the sliding yoke on the front torque arm locks in place, then the skid can couple up at the rear blocks and resist bottoming on bigger hits. Another advantage of the sliding front arm setup is weight transfer. Many coupled designs do a great job of preventing bottoming and absorbing trail garbage. However, they can at the same time limit weight transfer when you want to jump on the throttle. The LTX LE capably lifts its nose under hard acceleration. We would be remiss if we didn't pay homage to Yamaha's new Strike skis. They are particularly effective on the Sidewinder L-TX LE. Frankly, we can't believe how effective these new design skis are under a variety of trail conditions. Where Yamaha suffered from pretty profound understeer before the Strike's arrival, the LTX LE now turns in with confidence-inspiring bite all the way through the center of the turn. Handlebar effort is light to moderate, while tracking is virtually dart-free. After many ski iterations from Yamaha over the past few years, the single-keel, dual-carbide Strike is an all-round tangible improvement. Suspension performance, thanks to Fox Kashima-coated QS3Rs on the front and on the rear arm, is impressive. Fox QS3s are among our most favorite shocks around here, and on the LTX LE, they're impressive. Can the Sidewinder L-TX LE be improved? We think a couple tweaks would be welcome. First, we would like to see the rider's perch move forward, particularly at the seat gas tank console junction, which could be achieved with a slightly denser foam allowing for a higher or even an adjustable bar riser. This would make sitting to standing transitions significantly more fluid. As well, we would like to see the seat material a bit more grippy. The LTX LE Sidewinder is as comfortable honing mogul-infested portages as it is rough, bumpy trails. The QS3R dampers have a myriad of compression and rebound damping adjustments. A gnarly and nicely shaped front bumper is an LTX LE exclusive. The LTX LE comes with a soft tunnel bag that's completely integrated into the seat and tunnel. It's handsome and offers copious storage. All Sidewinders use the same dual digital gauge cluster, which has been around for some time. Thankfully, they provide lots of info and are rider configurable to your liking. The left side handlebar switchgear was introduced a couple seasons back. The cluster is nicely thought out and provides on-the-fly toggling of the DigiGauge cluster. You can also use the buttons on the gauges to access more info. Here's our take. If ultimate power and speed is something you can't do without, but versatility is just as important, then the Sidewinder L-TX LE deserves your attention.